everybody. Today we are going to be reading the Wind and the Willows series, and this one is The Open Road. The author of this book is Kenneth Grahame. A visit. Mole was so happy. His friend Rat was taking him to see Mr. Toad. Mole had heard a lot about Toad. Mole knew that Toad lived in a big house. He knew that Toad liked new things. One time, Mole had even seen Toad. Toad had sailed by in his new boat, but Mole had never met Toad. It is never a bad time to visit Toad, said Rat. So off they went up the river. Soon they came around a bend, and there's Toad's hall, said Rat. He pointed at a huge brick house. Toad is very rich, you know, Rat said. Mole and Rat landed their boat in Toad's boathouse. There they saw Toad's fancy boats. It looked like they had not been used in a long time. Toad must be tired of boats, Rat said to Mole. I wonder what new thing he likes now. Chapter 2, Mr. Toad. Mole and Rat walked toward Toad Hall. They found Toad sitting on the lawn. Hooray! Cried Toad when he saw Rat and Mole. Toad jumped up. It is so lucky you came by, Toad said. Toad was planning a trip, but it was not a boat trip. Rat was right. Toad was tired of boats. I have found a new way to travel, said Toad. He showed Mole and Rat his brand new cart. It was yellow and green with red wheels. And that was just the outside. Inside there were beds to sleep in, a table, and a stove. There were pots and pans, lots of food, and even a bird in a bird cage. Toad was planning a road trip in his cart. He wanted Rat and Mole to come with him. Chapter 3, On the Road. Rat did not want to go. I am going to stick to my old river, said Rat. Mole was going to stick with Rat. But it does sound like fun, said Mole. He sounded a little sad. Mole did want to go on the trip. Rat could tell. So Rat gave in. After lunch, Toad, Rat, and Mole set off on the road. They traveled all day. The sun was warm. The air was fresh. At night, they camped in a field. They ate dinner under the stars. Then they went to sleep in their beds. The next day was the same. They traveled all day. They camped at night. Chapter 4, Beep Beep. On the third day, they were walking down the road. They heard a noise behind them. First, it was a soft hum. Then, it was a loud beep beep. In a flash, the car whizzed by them. Mole, Rat, and Toad had to jump out of the way. The horse reared and crash! The cart fell into a ditch. You road hog! Shouted Rat. He shook his fist at the car as it sped away. Toad just sat down in the road and stared as the car drove away. Beep, 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 he said, smiling. Toad really liked the sound the car horn made. Beep, 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 beep. Do not worry, Rat said to Toad. The cart can be fixed. But Toad said, fix the cart? I never want to see that cart again. Mole and Rat could not believe it. Toad was already tired of carts. He had just seen something newer. For Toad, that meant something better. The road trip was over, so Rat, Mole, and Toad made their way home. And do you know what silly Toad bought the very next day? Beep, 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 beep. I hope you enjoyed The Wind and the Willows book, The Open Road. Stay tuned for some reading comprehension questions.
Who was Rat taking Mole to see? Very good. It was Mr. Toad. How did Mole feel about going to see Mr. Toad? Mole was happy and excited to see Mr. Toad. Was Toad rich or poor? Toad was rich. Good job. What type of transportation did Toad have a lot of? Good job. Toad had a lot of boats. How did Toad feel when Rat and Mole arrived? Toad felt happy when Rat and Mole arrived. How did Toad want to travel when he got tired of boats? He wanted to travel by cart. How did Rat and Mole feel about going on the trip at first? Rat did not want to go on the trip at first, but Mole wanted to go. Mole said he would stick with Rat. Both ended up going on the trip. What did they do while traveling during the day and at night? During the day, they traveled in the cart, and at night, they camped outside. What causes the cart to crash? A blue car whizzed by and knocked them off the road. Why didn't Mr. Toad want to fix the cart? He wanted to buy a car, and he did. Thanks so much for listening to this read aloud of The Wind and the Willows, The Open Road by Kenneth Grahame. I hope you enjoyed the story and the questions. Please join me for my next read aloud coming soon.